Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Rise.
Oh, I'm on. Hello. Welcome to The Rise Online. I'm your host, Andre Ross, and
Caleb, everyone.
I'm Avery.
Yeah.
so tonight we have a cool lineup that we're going to be talking about. The three Hebrew boys and the fiery furnace.
Yeah, pretty encouraging story.
Yeah, pretty cool story. So before we jump on in, just want to say hello to everyone that's joining us tonight. Yes, everyone is. I'm looking at a feed here. People are talking about they want a thunderstorm. Like, who wants a thunderstorm? I like rain, but not thunderstorms.
That would be my wife.
All right. But for those of you that are joining us for the first time, say hello. Drop us a name so we can say hello to you guys. But we want to say hello to Lauren and Jocelyn and Adela and Ava and Isaiah, Xavier, Brady. Who is Ember's on there? What up, Ember? Who else do we have on? Did I miss anybody so far? Ronan, Wyatt. Hi, guys. How's you guys' week been so far? I heard the news. You guys, it's sad, but no in-person school until September. I'm very sorry for you guys. That's a bummer. That's a real bummer. But God is good. All right. He's good all the time. So before we start, Caleb has a few announcements.
Yep.
Before we jump on in.
So first off, just some housekeeping type stuff. First off, let me just pull it up. So if you haven't emailed us yet, which I'm sure a lot of people haven't, if you want to email us, you definitely can with whatever you want. If you have questions about what we talk about in the night, like the message, or maybe have a fun game idea, or maybe just want to say, hey, you can email us at wbicstudents@gmail.com. We also have our Instagram page, so give us a follow, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is WBIC Students, which is where we're at right now. Also, just a reminder, we are at least 6 feet apart here. We are being safe. So if you're wondering, if you see us like here and you're wondering, oh, they don't have masks, we are very safe, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Andre,
So we have
back
Aiden.
to you.
Well, thank you. We have Aiden on tonight and Melissa Gibson. She's on. She's like the cool mom in the group kind of thing, you know. What up, Melissa? So that was so not cool.
No, I mean she's the cool person, not you.
Yeah, I know. Not me. I'm the uncool guy. All right. What's this? Oh, she's saying hi, Mrs. Ross to Justin, but I thought she was talking to my mom. But anyway, so we're gonna jump right on in because we keep going over. So we're gonna try to stay for 8 o'clock. All right. Now Caleb doesn't think we can do it, but I have faith. I have faith.
We're late every single time.
I have faith. Faith.
Okay, this is usually the conversation that happens when we start one of these live streams. We all agree, okay, we have to stop at 8 o'clock. And they're like, no, we'll just cut this out and cut this out and cut this out. We cut all those things out, and then we end up being at 8:30. So keep us accountable if you want.
All right. So we're going to jump right on into, we're going to ask just 2 questions, jump into the word, and then we're going to finish with a game we started last week. All right. So tonight we have a $10 gift card.
A lot of money on the line.
A lot of money. Big money.
And it's not just because, first off, it's not just because us leaders were so good and we beat the students. No, we just ran out of time again.
All right, so $10 tonight. We're continuing a game that we did
Yes.
last week, which we'll talk about. All right, so without any further ado, we're gonna play. Do we have any music for this yet? Or no? Let's try something. No, we don't have any music.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
I need to get
some fun
I need
sound
to have some sort of like fun, because I have like this one which is like very suspenseful and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's great for like the suspenseful games, but I need to have like some fun music for like other games.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, that's cool. too.
I'll get on it.
All right. So, would you rather? Would you rather be able to fly a
Ooh.
helicopter,
Oh.
or would you rather be able to fly a commercial plane? Helicopter or a plane? So, what do you guys think?
I thought the question was gonna be like,
Would you rather fly?
yeah.
I think we asked that a few weeks ago.
'Cause
Melissa's asking, are parents allowed to win? Asking for a friend.
Would they be,
She
be
sounds very
considered
confident.
leaders?
Which friend are we talking about? Melissa.
Joke. I would consider her a leader then.
Yeah,
Like
I
I think
would
she
say-
would be in that boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think leaders parents can jump in.
Yeah. Why not?
All right, so we have Ava with helicopter. We have Lauren helicopter. Wow, lots of helicopters. Okay. Ember, neither. I get airsick. Yeah, that could be a problem if you're going to be a pilot.
Wait, airsick?
Yeah, airsick. In plane.
Like you're walking down the street and you're allergic to air? Just kidding.
Why didn't you play that cricket right there?
Wait. I got this.
Adela says helicopter because it can land anywhere. Good point. Yeah.
oh, that's true.
Isaiah says, do you get to keep it? Sure, why not?
Wait, like
It's
a
keep it in the
commercial
backyard. Yeah,
airplane?
It's a hypothetical
Like how big
question.
of an airplane?
Let's say a 747. Those
That'd
things
be
are
big.
massive.
You could live out of that.
You can have
Easy.
different. You got 5 families.
That'd be a
live
lot
on
of
that.
upkeep, actually.
A
A
lot
lot
of
of
upkeep,
vacuuming.
All right, so let me ask you guys. Let's start with Avery here. Would you rather be able to fly a helicopter or fly a commercial plane? If we can pan the camera over to her.
Yeah, sorry.
He's distracted. It's okay.
I'm working on like multiple things here, okay?
Well, I've only been in a plane like for once.
Okay.
Like, but I don't know. Maybe helicopter.
Helicopter?
it's-
Okay, a lot of people with helicopter.
I don't know. I think it's.
Okay. Isaiah
I think
said
it'd be
plane.
cool just to say like, oh,
Yeah. You
Right,
can do
helicopter.
helicopter. Okay. All right. How about you, Caleb?
Well, like, so I follow this one guy on YouTube that actually, he's a doctor, super successful dude. He's really young too. He's like early 30s. And like he actually got his helicopter license, and he decided, hey, I just want to have a picnic like in the middle of a forest. So he found this one spot, like this one
Oh.
rock, like that was like surrounded by water and stuff, and there was
Yeah.
like forest all around him.
Yeah.
And he just landed his helicopter there with his buddy, and they had a picnic there. Like
Wow.
you can't do that with a plane, and I feel like
True.
the plane there's a lot more control, like where you have to land on like a
Yeah.
airport
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the
It's
more
time.
Unless it's a water plane, you can
Yeah.
land on water.
Actually,
Can't do
fun.
that-
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But fun fact though, with him, because of the pandemic
Mhm.
and things being closed down, Niagara Falls, there's typically helicopter tours,
Yes.
right,
Yeah.
over the falls, and
Yeah.
it's usually pretty restricted there.
Yeah.
But because of the pandemic and all that being shut down, he was able to get permission to actually fly over the
What?
falls
With a plane?
with his helicopter.
Oh, with his helicopter.
Yeah, pretty
Interesting.
sweet. So I would probably go helicopter, just
Yeah.
because I feel like there's a little bit more control.
I think I would like to fly one of those. I think that they call them a Stinger or something like that.
Stinger?
Yeah,
Really?
like a military helicopter. But I would like to try to flip a helicopter. Right, just
Flip
flip
it.
it around.
Yeah, but you can do that with planes though.
Yeah, it's easier with a plane.
Fun fact, actually,
This is why we go over.
This is why we go over. But my sister-in-law, Michelle, she's married to my my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad. I don't know why I blanked on that, but her dad actually has a plane that he built himself because he's an engineer and he thought it would be a fun project.
Oh.
And he took me up in it, and it's like a trick plane, and he let me fly it for a bit. which is fun.
So he let you fly a plane that he built.
Yeah,
That's brave.
I know. I know.
I don't know who's braver, you
I
for
know.
going up or him for building it.
And like we did like crazy, like where we had the plane go. Like I didn't do it; he did it.
Yeah.
But he like where we did like this with the plane.
Oh, and you stalled it.
Yeah. And then like went down like this.
Oh snap! Not doing that.
It
Sorry.
was like I thought I'd be scared, but it was a blast.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
said that they would get airsick? Because after, I would
Amber.
probably get.
Yeah. And I think Melissa set a plane so she can fly her girlfriends.
Girlfriend.
Wow. Okay. Next
Wait,
question.
before we go to the next question, introduce this whole thing again.
What
Like what we're doing right now. Just introduce it.
now we're gonna play Would You Rather.
Ooh.
Give us a thumbs up if you like that one, or a thumbs down, so we'll know next time if to use it. All right. I like it.
or just a thumbs up.
I like it. I like that
'cause-
one.
So we can actually reach more people. But
Okay, one more. Would you give up eating sweets or give up eating fast food forever, ever? Give up
like-
eating sweets or
Yeah.
fast food. So now, for Mr. Caleb, who likes asking complicated questions, I would say anything sweet.
but that's not even my question. Like, what do you define as fast food? Like any takeout? Because like sweets, okay, it makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it's all the sweets then, right?
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
is it like Chinese? Is it
Oh, I love
like
Chinese.
I would say
or
all
Boston
takeout. I
pizza?
would say anything you can take out quick.
Quick, because Boston pizza is at least like a good chunk of time because it's a restaurant, right?
Why you gotta make things so complicated?
I'm if you haven't noticed yet, I'm a very detail oriented person.
A little too
You're really
detailed.
exposing
I like to-
yourself with this because now we know how much you do eat.
I like to like Lauren like hates this side of me sometimes because like I have to understand literally everything
Everything?
before I make a decision.
Okay, for the sake of time, I would say anything you can order in, food-wise. So whether it's Boston pizza, anything you can order
Okay,
in.
fair enough.
All right, so give up sweets forever or give up ordering in and fast food forever.
Easy.
All right, so let's see what everyone is saying here. Aiden says eat again, to eat again. Okay. Melissa says strawberries are sweet. I don't think we're going to put fruit in that category. But anything man-made, that's sweet. Anything man-made, that's sweet.
Okay.
If God didn't create it,
Yeah, I
it's
think
sweet.
I think you're right because if we're gonna say anything, any takeout, we have to say all
Anything
sweets
sweet, yeah,
because
all
that's a
things sweet.
big thing. Like
Yeah.
everything takeout.
Give up sweets. So Lauren says she'll give up sweets. Melissa says fast food. Okay. I cannot give up either. Amber. Well, that's the point of the game. You got to make a choice. Lauren says give up sweets. What is that?
Like
a billion %?
something like that.
Okay.
So she's pretty sure about
Yeah,
it.
she's pretty sure. Isaiah says give up sweets. Wait, can you still like go to
a
a
sit-down
sit-down restaurant?
Oh yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Of
no more,
course.
no more,
No
No
more
more-
skip the
yeah,
dishes.
bringing in no more, none of that.
Chinese
Yeah.
takeout.
None of that.
None of that.
Brady says sweet, lots of sweets. Interesting. Okay. Mrs. Gibson was going to say fast food, but maybe sweets because I can still do DQ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, if you're giving up sweets, you're giving up DQ.
Sweets. Yeah. Like, what do you define as sweet? Because
Anything
like
sweet.
it could be like it could be even like a sweet sauce. Like you know,
Yeah.
you get wings.
You're getting very
You
technical.
I
get
am
wings and
trying
you get
to
like a
figure out
barbecue sauce that ends up being
Why
sweet. Like,
such a simple question is becoming so complicated? Anything sweet, whether ice cream, if it has sugar in it, it's out. Technically DQ is fast food. Way
Yeah,
to go.
it
Way to put
is.
me on the spot, Melissa.
Yeah, it is
You're
true.
banned from the leader
It-
list. But
Caleb-
she is true.
Lauren says, "Caleb, bring it in."
All right, so you guys, what
Look.
would you give?
Look, okay, I'm just answering the questions that everyone's asking, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Wow. Next time I have to screen all my questions I'm going to ask. Even the goat, because the milk is sweet. I'm just joking. All right. So I just went there today. All right. Give up. So lots of people are saying give up sweets. A few people, I think one person might have said give up food. What would you give up?
Definitely sweets.
Sweets.
So, because like I love food more than sweets. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather like go and grab wings or like Chinese. Or like I have more of a craving for that
Yeah.
than like I don't know, wine gums or something.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
How about you, Avery?
I just keep thinking about how clear my skin will be if I give up sugar. So
Yeah, I mean, but fast food like can make you
Well,
bloated and stuff, which
yeah,
isn't
but
good
you
either.
can still be choosy about what you eat. for
Yeah.
fast
Oh yeah.
food.
Totally.
Yeah.
What do you say, Andre?
I have a wicked sweet tooth, man. Like wicked sweet tooth. You see, I'm not big on eating out anyways. I like my wife's cooking is amazing, and I like to cook when I have the free time.
Wow.
10 points there, yeah. No, but she cooks a mean meal. And then when
Andre-
I go home, my mom, oh my word, good meals.
Andre
So-
tries to walk away from our youth live streams with points, but not like for the gift, not for the gift card, but for like brownie points for his wife.
So I think that answers that. So without any further ado, wow, we're way too giddy. We might have had too many sweets tonight. I don't know.
I haven't had none. I've been good.
So without any further ado, we're going to jump right into the word, and
Yep.
we're going to talk about a really cool topic. I really love this story. So Avery is going to be sharing tonight again, right? We are, being our intern, we're going to work her to the bone.
Give her some real experience.
real experience, yeah.
For the short time we have her.
So so if you guys have your Bible, grab your Bibles. You're going to turn
Yes.
to Daniel chapter 3, because don't take our word for it.
Yeah, don't.
Search it
Because
for yourself.
we could just be full of lies up here.
Dun,
Slash,
dun,
if we
dun.
here's a challenge. If we do actually say something incorrect, you're completely. If you see in the Bible that it says something different, you are
Yeah.
completely. You
Call
have
us
all
out
the
on it.
right to correct us.
Yes.
So there's a challenge for you.
All right. So over to Avery.
Okay. So we're gonna be talking about. Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
I like all these cool new effects.
Yeah.
So, we're going to be talking about peer pressure. Yay! And this is an interesting topic for you guys because you guys are at that age where you guys are probably experiencing some peer pressure to some extent.
What is peer pressure?
Well, have that written down right
Oh,
here.
good. There you go. She's prepared, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
So, peer pressure is doing what everyone else is doing and wanting to fit in with the crowd in order to be liked and respected.
Mm.
So this could be dressing or talking in a certain way, doing things that you would normally do, like lying to your parents, stealing, or buying certain things to fit in. So maybe some of your friends at school start swearing a little bit more, and you're like, oh, I guess it's not that big of a deal if I drop a few F-bombs, or if I, my friends have these types of shoes and I really want to get these, like, oh, what's the harm in it? But peer pressure is actually, it can be very harmful because it makes you give in to some really bad behavior. And it also can make you go against values and beliefs that you have. So if you, God tells us not to steal, and you're like, well, stealing's not that bad. Like, oh, I'll just do it one time. It makes you cave in to what the world says is maybe okay instead of following God, which is not a good thing. And following God, it may be hard when it feels like everyone else is against you. So when you do the right thing, sometimes it might feel like no one else is behind you. But God gives us a hope that he will always be with us in those times of trouble. And the story that we are going to be going over is a reminder of that. So we are going to be looking at Daniel chapter 3. And it is about 3 young Hebrew boys. I'm going to mess up these names. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Very
Whoa.
Ooh. I don't say them as fancy as Andre does.
Yeah, he has an accent. He has a straight up accent. Ladies and gentlemen, Andre saying Meshach, Shadrach,
good.
Meshach.
Meshach and Abednego.
Better than I can do it. Wait, do it.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Wow.
I hope I'm saying it right. All these years, that's how I've been saying it.
Fancy.
Fancy,
Okay.
very fancy.
Yeah. And so these 3 boys, they were probably only teenagers, so they weren't that much older than you guys. And not that much younger than me. And explains how they took a stand for God and went against the rest of the crowd. So we're going to get into it now. So the chapter starts off with the king of Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar, another complicated name.
Yes.
And it starts with him making a huge idol of gold. So this big statue. And he tells everyone in his kingdom that they have to worship this idol statue. Or else they'd be punished. I knew you were waiting for something.
I know the story, so I'm like waiting for that.
You kept.
Sorry, continue.
It's okay. So we're going to be looking at verses 4 to 6 right now. And it says, "Then the herald loudly proclaimed, 'Nations and people of every language, this is what you are commanded to do. As soon as you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipe, and all kinds of music, you must fall down and worship the image of gold that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Whoever does not fall down and worship will immediately be thrown into a blazing furnace.'" Yeah. So I'm going to call him King Neb because that's just easier. King Neb expected 100% loyalty from his subjects, and if they went against anything that he wanted them to do and didn't worship this idol, they were pretty much sent to their deaths, which is that's a very scary punishment.
Yeah.
It's a huge punishment. And this furnace was pretty big. Like I don't know the measurements, but
I don't know if they really shared much about it, but it was big.
yeah, it was,
Yeah.
it was
It could
very
take
big.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was very, very deadly. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they decided that they were not going to bow down to this idol, and they decided to take a stand for God instead. So King Neb finds out about this, and he is absolutely furious. And so he has the 3 Hebrew teens brought to him, and he tries to scare them into worshiping the idol by reminding them of the consequences of disobeying. So he tells them, if you don't worship the gold statue, you will be thrown immediately into that furnace. And then he says, what God will be able to rescue you from my hand? So he's kind of, making a point of, your God isn't going to be able to do anything against me.
Yeah, he was almost like joking, like,
Yeah.
no, like see what your God does now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they give a very bold reply in response to this in verses 16 to 18. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied to him, "King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." So they had so much faith that God would protect them and deliver them to safety. Sorry, I just lost my face.
That's all good.
Yeah, so they had so much faith that God would protect them and deliver them to safety. But even if he didn't rescue them from the furnace, they were still going to be faithful to God. So they believed that serving God was better than having flimsy values, and they recognized God's control over the situation. So they trusted him. They weren't going to compromise what they knew was right in order to please the world. And so King Neb got even more furious with these boys, that he ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. And so some of the strongest soldiers, he told them to tie up the teens and carry them up to the furnace. So they were all bound in their ropes and everything. And it was so hot that some of the soldiers taking them up there died. Like it was so hot. And so these boys, they're thrown into the furnace, and King Neb and everyone else is like, oh, okay, like, glad that problem's done and over with. Like, let's move on. But then the King Neb realizes, he happens to look in the furnace, and he's amazed to see not only 3 figures, but 4. And so this is what he says in verses 24 to 27. So he says, then King Nebuchadnezzar leaped to his feet in amazement and asked his advisors, weren't there 3 men that we've tied up and threw into the fire? They replied, certainly, your majesty. He said, look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods. Nebuchadnezzar then approached the opening of the blazing furnace and shouted, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire, and the satraps, prefects, governors, and royal advisors crowded them. They saw the fire had not harmed their bodies, nor was a hair of their heads singed. Their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them. So in this deadly blazing fire, they were left unharmed. And not only were the boys unharmed and walking around, there was another person walking around in there with them. And so God had sent someone to help them in their trial, in their desperate and scary time. And so some people think that this person could have been an angel, and some believe that it could have been Jesus. So we don't know because we weren't there. But either way, it is a reminder that God is with us in the most scariest of times, and in instances where we stand for God instead of the crowd. And so King Neb, in this situation, he realizes how powerful God is compared to all the other idols and the statues that the kingdom had been worshiping. And so he ends up glorifying God, and he allows the rest of the kingdom to worship the one true God. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and all the other Jews were now free to worship their God instead of being forced to worship other gods.
There's some really cool things I thought about this story when I was reading through it. Well, the Bible made it very clear in Exodus 23 through 5. God made it one of the commandments. One of the commandments was, and I quote, "You shall have no other gods before me." Right? That's verse 3 from chapter 20. You shall not make yourself an idol. Was Nebuchadnezzar doing that? Yes, he made an idol. In the form of anything in heaven above or on the earth beneath or in the waters below. This I thought was kind of cool too. You shall not bow, which he was asking them to bow down to these. So not only did he make an idol and he was serving another god other than God, he was asking other people to sin, right? Before
not just asking, it was like forcing.
pretty much forcing,
yeah,
right?
Like, hey, you'll die.
And Avery brought up a really good point. These guys were not very old. They're not like these grown men with beard, old like me and stuff like that. They were young guys. And when you read a story, they were governors. They had a lot to lose. Not only their lives, obviously, but they were governors. They had power.
Yeah.
And not only were they going to lose their power, because I think Melissa was saying earlier, and she was very true, not only young people go through peer pressure, adults go through peer pressure, right? But they were going to lose their power, their prestige. And a lot of times we are confronted with a choice.
Yeah.
Do I follow God or do I become, quote unquote, unpopular, right? Do I follow God or do I do what everyone else is doing? And these boys they knew the word because they knew one of the commandments was not to bow down to God, not to make another idol, and they chose to follow God. And God, as Avery was saying, was with them, right? God went through the fire, and I just love that analogy, that God was in there walking with them. Like, when we're going through those tough times, when we're going through the fire, God is with us, but we are the ones that forget. Yeah. We are the ones that forget all the good things God did for us in the past. and then we start trying to do things in on our own strength, and we start messing things up. You know, but I just thought those points were pretty cool.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, as an adult, it's the whole peer pressure thing is almost harder sometimes. So if you're wondering, like, do my parents actually fully understand what's going on? Like, sometimes, like, peer pressure, like, resisting peer pressure could mean losing a job.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
mean, like, like losing something that's very, very important in your life. But, yeah, it's definitely a very real thing for an adult and also a kid, too. But, yeah.
Okay, so you guys know I like my takeaways.
Takeaway.
Chinese takeaway.
So I have 2 tonight. So the first one is, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, God will always be with us when we go through the fiery furnaces in our lives. So God is going to be with us in all situations, the happy times, the bad times, the sad times, the scary times, all of it. And he's going to be with us when we are tempted to follow the world instead of following him. And he's still gonna be with us when we choose to follow him and get made fun of for it, because that will happen. There's been so many examples in the Bible where that is the case. But he's gonna be with us all the time in that furnace. And so another point I have, and this is kind of bouncing off of the topic of peer pressure. So worldly things are temporary, but God is not. So we live in a very materialistic world. So everyone wants the best of everything, having the best of the best, and having what everyone else has. It's a huge part of peer pressure. And you may think that buying things that everyone else has will bring you value. So like I said before, you know, if all your friends have like a certain type of shoe, or like, I remember when I was growing up, it was a cool thing to get like a feather in your hair. I was like,
Must be a young thing.
it's 2000. It was the 2000s.
I remember that age.
Yeah. Like everyone had one of these, and I was like, oh, okay. Like I don't have one of these, but you know, you have to remember that those things don't bring you value. That's not the case at all. God calls you valuable because he made you and he loves you just as you are, not because you have, you know, this weird feather thing in your hair, or because you have these cool shoes. Like he loves you just because he made you. And yeah.
Plus, like, those material things will burn in the fire.
Oh, that's a good way of looking at it.
They will pass away. That is true.
Yeah. So nothing that you buy or have will make God love you even more. And so people look on the outside, but God will always look at our hearts. And if we are working on our hearts and spending time with God, we won't be so fixed on the world or worried about fitting in.
And we're not saying that having things is a bad thing.
No.
Right?
No.
But the key is it can't be the thing that brings us happiness.
Yeah.
Right? Having a new phone, yeah, you get excited. Nothing's wrong with that. I mean, God left us on earth. We want to enjoy the earth. But, you know, when it becomes the thing that defines us, then it's an idol.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
the thing you can't live without,
Like, where's your heart?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? It becomes an idol. And, you know, back then, idols were almost cut and dry. You know, you make something and you worship it. But nowadays, there's tons of idols out there, right?
Yeah.
It could be a car, it could be a house, it could be your friends, it could be anything that you love more than God.
Yeah.
Let's face
Relationships.
it. Yeah, it's an idol. And I just wanted to read this real quick. It's from Matthew chapter 10, verse 32 to 38. And I was reading this and I thought, I'll just share it tonight. And it goes like this. Whoever acknowledges me before men, I will acknowledge him or her, right, before my Father in heaven. But whoever disowns me before men, I will disown him before my Father in heaven. So this is Jesus talking, obviously. So many a times we're confronted with a choice. Do I stand for Christ?
Yeah.
Or do I act like he doesn't exist? And, you know, those are defining moments in our lives. And most of us, if not all of us, may not ever have to make a choice of life or death or Jesus, right? Or death or Jesus, right? But if that should come about, how would we? What direction would we go? Right? These boys had a relationship with Christ, and the only way many of us will overcome the fear of death is by knowing Christ and having a relationship with Him.
Yeah.
Right? It also goes on to say, "Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against his mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemy will be the members of his own house. Anyone who loves his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves his son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me." No, I'm not saying God came to create war. That is not what he's saying. But when we decide to make a stand for Jesus, when we decide to live for Christ, the world naturally is going to be against us, right? And sometimes it may be our parents. They may not know Christ. I mean, I think many of you, your parents, know Christ. But we may lose friends. We may lose popularity. We may whatever. But when we think about God and living with Him in eternity and what He has done for us already, right? Regardless of all the things that are coming, you know, it's immeasurable. So I want to encourage you guys. You know, we talked about the story, and it's not always going to end up with, you know, big miracle or whatever the case may be. But God is calling us to live for Him, right? I always tell my make this joke. You know, would you rather have about 70 years on earth doing what you want, right, or have an eternity with God where there's no sin? Think about it, right?
Yeah. Well,
so,
like you kind of touched on it too, where like He doesn't call us to fight either. Like an example of this was actually right when Jesus was about to be taken to the cross, where He was going to die for, you know, for who He was and die for us. One of His disciples cut off one of the guards' ears, and he was ready to go. He was ready to like take them all on. But like Jesus was like, no, like stop. And then He ended up actually healing the guy's ear. So like there is a way to do it without fighting. Like He calls us to stand up for what we believe, but doing it in like a peaceful way.
Yeah, when we look at it, 3 Hebrew boys, they didn't go to the king like, "What up, man? What's whatevs?"
Yeah, they weren't like
they respected the king.
Yeah. Like, they're very respectful.
Very respectful, "O king," and they said,
Yeah.
but we don't have to give an account to you. We give an account to a higher power, the true king, the King of Kings.
They didn't come up to like the statue and like with signs and be like, "We don't."
Yeah, you know. But long story short, they were young people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Avery and younger. Right. They weren't. These,
What are you trying to say? I'm not young.
Well, yeah, not as young as those guys. But you know, a lot of times we read these stories and we think, "Oh yeah, those were older guys.
They're so old.
Yeah, they had bears."
Yeah, it's not applicable to me.
You know, but they faced it, right? So we can do it too with God's help.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna wrap up in prayer, and I'm gonna ask Avery to close off in a word of prayer. She's looking at me weird. And we will jump right into our game.
Okay. I wasn't looking at it weird. Okay. God, we just thank You for this time together. We thank You for the opportunity to learn and just share things. And God, we're grateful that we live in a country where, you know, we're not persecuted and killed for our faith. And we just pray for those who are where it's very dangerous to be a Christian. We just pray that safety over them and protection. And God, we just thank You for everyone here watching, that we're able to take a stand for You, and that You remind us that You're going to be here with us every single step of the way. You're not going to leave us high and dry. You're going to be with us every single step. And we just thank You for Your love and Your guidance and Your plan for our lives. Please just help us to bring this truth into our week, and keep this at the very front of our mind. In Your name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right. So I really hope you guys, not only enjoyed what we had to share, but that we'll take it to heart, right? That, we live in a very dark world and we need to live for Jesus. If we love him, if we say we love God, we should live for him. So thank you, Avery, for that message. It was awesome. So we're going to try to stay on time, right? We have a $10 gift card. That's right. We're very high tech here.
Sort of.
So we're going to
Okay.
continue with our game that we played last week. So those of you that weren't here last week are a little bit disadvantaged, right? But you can still win.
Yeah.
You can still win. All right. So
Yeah.
last week, the leaders, I'm going to remind you guys how many points you guys left off with because we ran out of time. last week.
Yes.
It was Caleb's fault.
Okay.
So
We got
Lauren
into it.
had 8 points. Lauren, 8. Jocelyn, 8. And Adela had 10. And for the kids, or the students, Brady had 10. Xavier had 2. Isaiah had 8. And Amber had 6. All right? So we're going to continue playing a game. I know, Ava, I know. I'm sorry. You had no. I know your mom text or messaged me. But unfortunately, we have to continue with how we're doing it here, right? But we will make it in such a way that everyone will still have a fair enough chance to win, all right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these things are up in the air too.
Yeah.
Like they're not
Yeah.
like questions that like everyone knows.
Yes. So this game is called Oh Brother, all right? So it's all about questions of brothers in the Bible. All
Yeah.
right, so we're going to continue with our next question. All right, and Caleb's going to
Here
just
we
cue it up.
go.
Doop, doop, doop. Which two sons of King David hated each other so much that one killed the other? Which two sons of King David hated each other so much that one killed the other? Was it 1, Absalom and Amnon? 2, Abinadab and Hinnom? Or 3, William and Harry? I dare not repeat those names.
Yeah, William and Harry is the tricky one. Like, is it Harry or
Harry.
William?
So is it 1, 2, or 3? Is it Absalom and Amnon? Is it Adonijah and Ahinom? Or is it 3, William and Harry? And I hope you guys are not Googling these because we're going to fly through these.
Yes.
All right. This one is worth 3 points. 3 puntos. So Ember says 2.
Bit of controversy.
Ronan says 1. Lauren says 1. Wyatt says 1. Isaiah says 1.
What does Melissa say? Or Mrs. Gibson?
Mrs. Gibson. Brady says 1. Adela says Absalom and Amnon. Ava says, I don't know. When in doubt, just pick one. The most logical one you think.
Yep.
All right, we give you guys a few more seconds to lock your answer in because we're trying to finish on time tonight, which
Yes.
is looking very
Yeah.
tough.
15 minutes.
minus 15 minutes. I wish I had a timer to put up.
Mrs. Gibson is saying 1. All right, remember this one is worth 3 points. If the leaders win tonight, it goes into the pot and it raises to $15 next week. If the students win, the student with the highest points win.
Yeah.
All right? All right, Aiden says 1 and Q. I'm not sure what that is. All right, and the correct answer is...
Oh, 1 sec. Sorry. Okay. Had to click on it.
1, Absalom and Amnon. That's right. That's
So
right.
that's something the leaders get. So, you know,
I could tell you the whole story,
I'm
but
always on the leaders
the
team.
leaders
you know?
team.
I'm always applauding them.
All right, so give yourself 3 points if you answered that one correctly.
Yes.
Next question.
A lot of people got that one right.
Yeah, and some got it wrong.
Yeah.
What was the name of Joseph's younger brother?
Oh, this one's
This is a famous Joseph, one of the 12 tribes,
This is a harder one.
right? What was the name of Joseph's younger brother? Is it 1, Judah, 2, Reuben, or 3, Benjamin? Benjamin.
I know this one.
What was the name of Joseph's youngest brother?
Youngest, not just brother.
Yeah, youngest brother.
Youngest.
Judah, Reuben, or Benjamin? And not like Benjamin
I had a
Franklin.
good Reuben the other day.
Oh, it's a Reuben.
It's a sandwich.
Oh.
I didn't actually
Oh, yeah?
have it. It was just a joke.
Man, I wish I had a cricket thing here. This one is worth 2 points.
Yeah.
2 points for this one. So we have some 3s. We have some 2s.
Are
White
you guys
says
looking
Reuben.
this up?
Yes, you can't look this up. You have to know it. You got to be honest.
You guys gave him the idea, or at least you did, Andy.
Well, I was telling them they shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
All right. Aiden says Benjamin. All right. I think most people lock their answers in. And the correct answer is Benjamin. And we're not talking those $100 bills. His youngest brother was Benjamin. Both Joseph and Benjamin had the same mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, was Joseph the guy with the style, with the coat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He was the one.
Coat of many colors.
And he was second in charge in Egypt.
Yep. Okay.
All right, next question.
Here
he
we
went through a
go.
lot.
Oh yeah.
yes.
Oh he.
Another young guy that
Yeah.
went through a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Next question. Which brothers were also called the sons of thunder in the New Testament? I'll give you guys, that's 4 points. This is a tricky one. 4 points?
Yeah.
4 points? Okay, 4 points for this one.
If you want to be nice.
Which brothers were also called the sons of thunder in the New Testament?
That's quite the name. I
Is
wish
it
I wish I was known
Sons
for
of
that.
Thunder. Is it 1, Chris and Liam? Is it 2, James and John? Or is it 3, Simon and Peter? This one is worth 4 points. If you know your New Testament, you know this one. So Lauren right off the bat says it's 3. Amber says, I really don't know. Well, you will find out. She also said 3, Simon and Peter. Wyatt says Simon and Peter. Jocelyn says 3, Simon and Peter. Interesting. All right. Ronan says James and John.
No
He's-
one thinks it's one.
Chris and Liam. Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. They did some crazy stuff in the Bible.
Chris and Liam. Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Totes.
Mhm.
Adela says 2, James and John. Brady says 3, Ava says 2, Isaiah says 2. Mrs. Gibson says James and John, also the name of my dad and his twin brother. Interesting.
Oh.
Were they thunderous? Were they troublemakers? All
Wait,
right.
Would you describe like Sons of Thunder just as troublemakers? I think it's like powerful, like
Oh yeah, It could be.
bodybuilders.
When I heard it the first time, like, oh, these guys are troublemakers.
That's funny.
All right.
Yeah.
And the correct answer is James and John. So if you got this right, give yourself
4
a whopping
points.
4 points.
Yeah, Simon
4
Peter is the
points.
same person, isn't it?
Simon and Peter. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait. No. Wait,
Simon Peter.
no, I'm all confused now.
Wait,
Si-
I thought
Simon
I
Peter.
Thought it was
Yes,
too,
yes, yes. Yeah, I believe Peter's name was Andrew.
I don't
That's
know.
a trick question. Simon Peter.
Whatever.
Simon Peter.
Simon Peter.
Yes. Why didn't I pick up on that?
I don't know. I don't know. That's just something. I could be wrong. I know there was a Simon Peter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that's like the,
Was there
the
another
joke
Simon?
in this.
Yes, you're right. That is
I don't know.
his
Whatever.
brother's name was
Like-
Andrew.
And then
maybe
Chris and Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah.
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 Simon and Peter, like maybe there was a separate Simon Peter. I don't know, but
I'm trying to think of all the 12 disciples. Was there a Simon? I don't-
all I could think is Simon Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was
I
Simon
thought of.
Peter, yes.
That's funny.
I didn't even pick up on that. Wow. It's been a long day. All right, so we have some points coming in. Adela at 21.
Oh wow.
Wow, okay.
Wow, she's
Brady at 15.
Woo!
Mrs. Gibson has 10. All right.
Hey,
Isaiah's
the
18.
leaders may take
The
it.
leaders may take it. It's been a while since they took it. Students always crush. All right, next question, please.
Here we go.
This one is worth 2 points. Oh man, I totally gave it away. I didn't even know this was the next question. What was the name of the Apostle Peter's brother? Was it A, Andrew, 2, James, or
I
3,
forget
Thomas?
what you said, so
Right?
maybe there'll be other people who forgot. This is a bonus round.
What was the name of the Apostle Peter's brother? Andrew, 1 Andrew, not Pastor Andrew, 2 James, or 3 Thomas?
I think Pastor Andrew's middle name is James.
Oh yeah, Andrew James.
I think. I could be wrong though.
Adela says 1. Amber says 1. White has 20,000 minus 20,000 points. Great. All right, so lots of ones coming in.
Does that mean Pastor Andrew's brother is Peter?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who
What?
knows?
I know his one brother's name is Adrian.
Adrian.
So whenever I hear it, I go, Adrian. Adrian.
All right, lots of ones coming in.
Hopefully
Melissa
you guys
says-
don't
oh,
know the reference.
Wyatt says Thomas. Okay.
Okay.
All right, a few, lots of ones. 1 Thomas. All right, we're gonna give you guys a few more seconds to lock that answer in. I think
Lock it
most
in.
everyone put it in already. So the correct answer, please.
Here we go.
Andrew.
Andrew.
I kind of gave it away, not
It's
knowing
okay.
this was the next question, but that's
You know
okay.
what? We're just trying to love on you guys.
Yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, give you some points.
That's what it is.
We feel bad sometimes. We feel like we give you a hard time. That's why. It wasn't because like we just weren't thoughtful or I don't know.
We didn't read through our own slide.
Yeah, it wasn't because of that. No.
All right, next question. How are we doing for time? We're doing not too bad for time.
We're doing good.
Oh wait, this is the last
This
question.
before the big
The-
one.
The big one.
But yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
How are we gonna
I don't
do
know
that?
how you're gonna do that, but we'll see what we end up with at the end of this. I think because it's the tiebreaker, isn't it?
Yes. Okay, so the last question is King David had a bunch of brothers. What was the name of the oldest brother? This one is a tough one, right? I managed to squeak this one out, but only because I was studying Samuel. But I will give 4 points because this is a tough
Yeah,
one.
this
4
is,
points
I think
for
this
this
one's
one.
a tougher one. It's
They
not
all
like
start
it's
with
not.
E too.
Yeah.
It's not like the last one with 2 joke answers in it.
Yeah.
You're like, this one's a tough one. 4 points.
So King David had a bunch of brothers. What was the name
Oh, what was
of the
the
oldest brother?
how many points was the last one?
Oh, the
2.
last one was 2 points.
2
Okay.
points. Last one was 2 points.
This one is 4 points.
4.
Cuatro.
Quattro.
Dir.
I can't do it.
Cuatro.
Quattro.
So we have some answers coming in.
Yep.
Okay, so Isaiah thinks it's 3. Mrs. Gibson says it's Eliab. Adela says it's 3. Ember says 8 points. Avery, the question. Oh, okay.
And this, you said this one's 4 points?
Yes, this one's
Yes,
4
this
points.
one's 4 points.
All right. All right. Okay. So lots of people saying what their points are, and some people are giving.
Maybe some people are just behind in
yeah,
the.
yeah. It's just
the
lagged a
thing.
bit, and the thing. All right. So Ava says it's 3. Jocelyn says it's 3. Ember says it's 3. Okay. We're gonna wait a few more seconds.
Yeah, just because it
To
seems
make
like
sure
people
everyone
need to
gets-
catch up.
yeah.
Even Lauren was showing her points for some reason.
All right. Isaiah says 3. Brady says 3. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Everyone's
Alright.
saying 3.
Eliab.
Wow.
Or is it
A rich?
Elias?
A rich?
Eric?
Eric? Is that
Eric?
Eric? Eric?
Eric.
I don't know.
It's just Eric with a H on it.
CH, yeah.
Yeah, it's for those.
Eric.
It's for those parents who want to name their kid something with a weird spelling.
Ava says 3. Brady says 3. Isaiah says 3. All right. And the correct answer is Ilya. So you guys guessed right. So let's see how many points everyone have before we go into the last round, the bonus round. We might actually be finished around 8 o'clock.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Whoa.
You jinxed it. Okay.
All right. So before we show the last question,
Yeah, let's see the points.
let's see the
Oh,
points.
27.
Adela,
27.
Wow.
representing the leaders.
Your
27.
mom's just raking them
She's
in.
raking it in, boy. Last time
Yeah.
she
Oh, Isaiah has 24.
okay, Isaiah's 24.
That's wow.
Wow.
Jocelyn
are
has
doing
17.
well.
Big spenders.
Lauren
savers.
has 20.
Savers? I don't know.
So it can go any way. It could go any way.
Yeah.
See, Mrs. Gibson came in late in the game.
Yep.
16 big ones.
She's up there with the,
with the big leaguers.
with the big leaders.
Yeah. Brady has 21. Great job.
The big spenders.
Ember has 11. Ava has 15. Great job. All right. Coming in on the second part of the round. Aiden has 16. So for this one, it's not a multiple choice
No.
question.
I have it up here so we can see it.
Okay.
How we're going to do this?
So
You have
this
an
one
idea?
only has one answer. Right?
Sounding weird.
So how we're going to do this, and it's a number. All right, it's a number. What we're going to do is, you guys can say, this is a bonus round, how many points you want to put in, right?
Yeah.
But we're only going to take the person that has the closest number.
So they're the only ones with the big points?
What's that?
Like they're the one who has the closest answer is the only one that gets to double their.
Yes.
Okay.
Only person that can double their points. Because we
Wow.
like mixing it up and
Yeah,
throwing everybody off.
That's a game. Anyone really could win then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless you're at 0. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wyatt. Sorry, bud.
All right. So this is the last question is a number question.
Yeah.
You have to guess the number. If you get it spot on, whatever you put into the pot, that's what you're going to double. So if you're going all in, you get to double it.
Can I do something that's a bit irregular for what we do?
Sure.
I want to give anyone who has 0 points just 1 point.
Sure.
So you have
Okay.
some skin in the game.
You have some skin
know?
in the game. You have a chance.
You got a
Yeah.
chance.
You got a
you know?
chance.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have 0 points,
You got a great life.
we're going to give you 1 point. All right. So we're going to let everyone now say how many points they're going to put in. Are you going to put in 0, all,
Yes.
half, whatever you put in? If you win this
Ooh.
round, you double that amount of points. But
Mrs.
unlike
Gibson's going all in.
oh,
wow.
big spender.
Wow.
All right.
First
Mrs. Gibson.
time of the game, and she's ready
Oh,
to. She's
yeah.
invested.
She's vested. Oh, Brady went 20. Okay.
Yes.
So I think he's holding some back. He's putting some in the pot, in the bank. Jocelyn is 17.
Unless he's just saying how many. Oh no. Okay, he has 21
yeah.
points in total.
So he's
Okay.
keeping one.
He's keeping one just in
not,
case.
Not a bad move.
You
not
know,
a bad move. Okay.
Maybe there's some penny candy he wants to buy later, just in case if he loses it all.
Adela is putting 17 in. Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Okay. Somebody says, I want to lose. Why would you want? It's $10.
I want to lose.
$10
Hey,
gift card.
Hey,
You can take your
you're-
mom out.
here's the thing though: if you're playing to lose, you have a higher chance of winning.
Okay.
If your goal,
I don't understand the logic.
it's outside the box.
Okay.
If you're planning to lose,
To lose.
then you have a higher chance of winning for yourself.
Okay.
And then you're
I guess that's one way of
and then you're
looking
not
at it.
disappointed, right?
Well, yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
I hear you. Not the best approach, but I hear you.
Ronan says 5 points. Isaiah, I think it looks like he's putting in 23. All right. Okay.
He's feeling.
I think everyone's locked in. Okay, how are we doing the next round? I don't really understand. Okay.
Okay.
So
wrap up.
There is no A, B, or C.
No.
We're just going to ask a question and you have to say the number.
Yes,
right?
it's like kind of like here. Let me just pull it up so we can kind of give it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it asks how many times something happens, and
Yes.
you have to get like the closest to that.
Yes. So
Yeah.
there could only really be one winner unless
Yes.
multiple people guess that number,
Yeah.
which really.
Yeah, like should we do a rule where like whoever puts in the chat first gets that number?
I would like to, but the problem is everyone's speed is so different.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
Right?
Sure.
But in this case, though, I don't think people should be putting in the same number.
yeah, like come on,
All right.
come on,
Come on.
come on,
All right.
come on.
So The question is.
Oh, it's 8.
What?
It's 8 o'clock. Shoot.
Ah.
Okay, we have one more question left. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
the last
Then we're
question.
done.
We
We're
got
done.
distracted.
We got this. Okay, here we go. Ready?
And the question is, how many times does the word brother appear in the Old Testament? In the Old Testament, appear in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, in the New International version of the Bible. Wow.
We're tired.
How many times does the word brother appear in the Old Testament, in the New International version of the Bible?
Which version of the NIV?
What?
There's multiple versions of the NIV.
It's the NIV, right?
There's multiple like.
Don't make this complicated.
Sorry.
Ember says, "Come on!" Yeah, we weren't going to make it that easy. So why it says 134? So
Okay.
can you
Okay.
write these numbers down,
Yeah,
Ember?
yeah.
If you,
Oh, okay.
yeah, can you write it
Ember.
down? Oh, sorry,
Amber.
Avery. Oh, you know what? I got a pen. I'm going to write it down.
Okay.
Isaiah says 7.
Control freak.
Isaiah 7. What she was looking for stuff. Why it says 134. Jocelyn says 200. Lauren says 60. Melissa says 741. She's going for the stars.
That's very specific.
Yeah, I know.
So, just for reference, the New International Version is a version of the Bible. It's
Yeah.
not the New Testament.
Mm-hmm.
We're only asking how many times does it appear in the Old Testament, for those who might be confused.
Yes, in the New International Version of the Bible.
In the New International Version, which is a version of the Bible, not the New Testament.
Aiden says 695. Ava says 250. So whoever is the closest, okay? Amber says 100. Ava, Amber. Isaiah says 72. 72. And Ronan says 48. Why not? Exactly. If you don't know,
Yeah.
it's anyone's guess.
That's the thing. It's
Ronan.
yeah.
All right. Brady says 75. 75. We're going to give you guys a few more. Adela
Did
says.
Lauren say anything?
Adela
Ooh,
says
60.
140. Lauren said 60.
I don't know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, everyone. So I'm gonna put my answer, like what I think, which I'm just guessing, in the chat because it's God's number. Oh shoot, sorry, 777 is God's number, or just 7?
Like, that's good.
Is it 777 or is it 7 or is it 77?
Let me look this up.
I think it's 777 or 7.
I don't know.
7.
I'm
777.
okay. I'll do 777. Boom, because I know like 666 is the devil's number.
Oh, Mark of the Beast or whatever.
Yeah, the mark of the beast. So I think 777. I don't know.
All right.
I'm going
So
777.
This is the person that has the closest number to this answer.
Yes.
And the correct answer is
This is for all the marbles.
all los marbles. I'm so nervous.
Oh.
That was not nice. All right. The correct answer is
See, we can see it. And we know the answer.
oh, Melissa says stop trying to bump her out.
Okay, here we go.
The correct answer is 219. So let's see. Jocelyn said 200 and Ava said 250. I think those were the two closest
Yeah,
numbers.
I saw
Yeah.
the 250.
Yeah, so I think the leaders took this one.
Wait,
but
wait.
wait, let's check the points.
200 and 250 was Ava.
Ava, Jocelyn was
yeah,
200.
so the 200 would be the
The
closest.
closest,
Did
yeah.
Jocelyn go all in?
Yeah, did Jocelyn go all in? How many points did she have?
Yes.
She had 17.
So if you guys
She
can
had
send
7
in your points
Yeah.
now. She had
I think-
17 and she went all in.
Did she go all in? Look.
Yep, she went all in.
She went all in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we have the leaders took it tonight.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
been a
Congratulations,
while.
leaders. You guys took it. So what's going to happen? The leaders don't actually win
No, it
the
goes
card.
back
it goes
in the pot.
into the pot, and it grows. The leaders have to win 3 nights in a row.
2,000 years later.
3 nights in a row, and hopefully not 2,000 years later. And then the leaders win it. All right.
Yes.
So the next week it's going to go up to 15 big ones. Tim Hortons. You can
Yep.
take 2 friends out and maybe
Yep.
get a coffee.
And if you did lose tonight, that's okay. You can come back next week
Yes.
and have another chance at
Right.
the thing. But we just want to thank you for playing this game. We had a lot of fun. Okay.
I love that song.
But before we end the night, actually, we have our memory verse, which we will go over right now.
Yeah.
You want to hit that, Andre?
it. Yeah, you can do
Okay,
it. You're
I'll do
doing a
it.
great job.
I'll do it. Okay. This is the memory verse for the month of May, and it says, "But as for oh nope, that's the wrong one.
That was last month.
That's last month. We can still do that though. Here,
Yeah, let's remind
last
them.
month is from May, which is but for me as not doing so well now. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, and that's found in Joshua 24:15. And then for this month, for the month of June, because I know which month we're in. Now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we don't see. Again, that is now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we don't see. And that's found in Hebrews 11:1.
And we saw that tonight with the Hebrew boys, right? They didn't know if God was going to save them,
Yeah.
but they knew that there is a God.
Yeah.
And there is
that's
their
faith.
God, and that they
Yeah.
believed. So
Yeah.
regardless of the outcome, they stuck to their guns.
Yeah.
Right?
And just a little thing to help you remember where it's found in. Maybe not the number part, but think about what a fun Christian, if there was a Christian coffee shop, I feel like it would be called Hebrews.
Where's the cricket? Where is the cricket?
Wait, I got this. Or
All right, guys.
anyways,
We're going to wrap up on that note.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Andre Ross.
I'm Caleb. It's good to hang out with you guys. And
I'm Avery.
And we hope to see you guys next week when we look at another topic when it comes dealing with faith. So if you guys liked our new special effects, let us know in the chat, or you can send us an email. This is The Rise, over and out.